What up, Super Fun Force, Captain Gamesta, and we got another Micro Galaxy Squadron coming from Star Wars. And I'm not gonna grab a bunch of these, but I do want to pick up a few of the ones that I really like, especially at this scale. And here we go. We got from Series 1, we have the Razor Crest. This one's been out for a while. And this is I would say the main version because there is an exclusive for Walmart, and I'll just quickly tell you the difference. Basically, this one comes with obviously Din Djarin, Greef Karga, and Grogu. If you get the Walmart one, you get a Jawa, and oh my gosh, it escapes me now. But you get someone different instead of Baby Grogu as well. You get a Jawa and somebody else. And then the ship itself is a little bit, I think, darker in the Walmart exclusive, and it has, I think, like a black panel paint on the thrusters there. So let's get this open to show the box really quick. Showing some of the play features, which we'll go over. This will be pretty fast. I like the artwork. I'm gonna open it up, and I try to keep these card backs. So I guess this one I'll have to cut it out, and then there's the rest down there. Because this is obviously not flat, right? So, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah, there you go. Opening this up for the first time. And what I really like about this line is that, oh, just this one right here. Like, for example, they released this from Hasbro in the Vintage Collection, but it is ginormous. I want something a little bit more scaled down, and this is a great size. Any smaller than this, I think, would be too small for it. And it's big enough, definitely big enough, especially with what I like about this for like retro purposes is if you guys are familiar with, if any of you know about like Mighty Max. I did a video on my my one retro kit that I still have, and for girls there's like Polly Pocket. So I like the and of course it dates back to even like Micro Machines, right? Micro Machines stuck around for a long time. Mighty Max was mostly just obviously the 90s, sadly. But here we go. So I know inside, so I know inside they usually give us this kind of diorama. So I will take this and keep this. This is excellent because you can lay it flat for now. For if you don't store it, you can kind of just kind of lay it flat a little bit. But of course, it makes for an excellent backdrop. Super duper cool. I wonder if these interlock. I don't think I've seen anyone talk about that, but maybe there's another one that interlocks on this. And I'll do a separate video showing maybe how I can try to combine them. So there you guys go. Again, the box is cool, but I think I'll just cut that out right there. Okay. Let's go and grab the guys here. So I think this is from underneath. Oh, no, it's from the top. Okay, so starting with our little crew. Again, these are fantastic. They've come a pretty long way since, again, the days of Mighty Max and Polly Pocket. It is in the retro style. So one thing I want to say about the Star Wars retro style, or at least anything that comes back from like the Kenner and everything, that has the very simple movements. So these quote-unquote retro figures are made to just have like arm twisting that goes up and down, and then the legs, right? So okay, we'll start with Greef Karga. Okay, so for example here, right? So just this type of movement here, and then this type of movement like that. But, the detail is a little bit better. Obviously, they can't do super, crazy stuff to the face. Although mine looks like he has a little bit of, like, gray around the jaw, which obviously is supposed to be for his goatee. But that looks really good. I mean, the armor, I think there's a little bit too much brown exposed on mine, I want to say. I want to say, like, on the shoulder pad area. Like, that looks like... But it's hard to say. But, again, what's really good about this? When you get them, they look fine at their scale because, again, you're going to be putting them in the vehicle and you're going to be looking at them from far away. For people who enjoy painting miniatures, whether it's from like RPGs or you just like assembling little model kits, these make an excellent starting point to just also maybe practice painting. Just add a little bit of details and you're good. And then, these already come kind of like pre-washed with a coat of like, they just kind of splash ink on it, brown or black ink to give it a weathered look. But of course, again, if you're a painter, you can go even one step further beyond that. So there's Greef. We're going to put him right here so we don't lose the little minifigs. And then we're just going to finish up here with like quick Mando. Again, in his best car, looks good. So with this, He has a little bit of the cape right there on the side, and then the jetpack pops off because you can also put it inside. So we'll do that. We'll take it off. Oh wow, it's the whole. Oh, okay, I see. It's the whole shebang bang. Yeah, looks like it's the whole shebang bang. But nice. We're gonna mess with that. What I've seen people do, there's like one particular customs video I saw which is really genius, is you insert like a metal magnet in that hole, and then you have to kind of like, you know, drill off this peg or cut off this peg and then drill a hole in this to also put the magnet, and then it just kind of like snaps. All right, so there's that. And then lastly, I'm really happy with getting Grogu in the pram. You know, I don't really have any of these yet. I kind of want to get a pram somewhere along the lines. If you haven't already, you could check out my 2 Grogu videos that I have. I think those are the best to have. The Mandalorian, the child release early on from Hasbro, and then of course the animatronic one. Those are the 2 best ones, which is also from the Hasbro version. But there you go. This is all you need to see. It looks like there's enough detail on his face. He has a nice little bit more of a brighter green to it. The pram looks great. It looks like it's made from like the X-Wing. In this focus right here. It looks like it's from like the X-Wing style of the body. Which, speaking of, that's the only one that I haven't picked up. It was the first one I was thinking of getting, the X-Wing. I'm going to go on a little bit of a tangent here, but just I really wish it had more of a gray look to it and it was longer. So that's the only thing that made me not want to get the X-Wing, but it still is an excellent you know, part of the series. They're going to obviously keep repainting it and re-releasing it. Oh, and also it had screws on the bottom of it that you could see. And then the last thing was I wish that it was longer, just longer in the nose in terms of like the ratio. Not this, it doesn't have to be bigger, but like just the extension of the nose and the cannons and the radars and everything. So I know I'm talking a little bit more about the X-Wing, but hey, Star Wars, and I'm not going to do a video on it. But that's my thoughts on that. All right, now we're going to finish up really quick. Opening this up. Trying to get this out carefully. Maybe I should just cut this too. I know there's a rubber band. Okay, so the rubber band is actually... All right, we did it, folks. Okay, this thing is actually very light. But man, in the hand it looks amazing. You know what also this reminds me of? I remember when they released the X-Wing miniature game. I was thinking of picking up a few ships, again, just for the collection. I like playing, obviously, board games and miniature games, but I don't know. I didn't really feel like playing a Star Wars miniature game. But maybe I'll change my mind one day. I'll take a look at it again. But I enjoyed watching a few people play, but I never picked up any for myself. They're also, you know, pretty expensive. So what I was going to say is this is actually like that style where it's also scaled even bigger, but it's almost like these are going to be cheaper because I remember like I kept eyeing the Millennium Falcon, which is maybe like this big, like a size of a cookie. And it was like, I don't know, $50. And then now I picked up the, spoiler, I got to do a video on it later, but I picked up the Micro Galaxy Millennium Falcon, and it's incredible. So I would see a ship like this being around like the same price, like $30-40 if you bought it in like miniature game form, which of course you play that in a game, so it's somewhat understandable. But anyways, so here's a landing gear. Wow, this is just incredible. This is better than I thought. I've only ever seen pictures of it. I've seen a few videos, but having it in the hand, this thing is incredible. Jeez, I also, you know, use it a lot in Fortnite. If you guys have seen some of my other videos. The cannons, I think they're stationary though. Okay. Thrusters look good. I mean, wow, I feel like it just came off the screen, or like even the video game. It has that. I have memories of using the glider like this in Fortnite. This all looks really, really good. Okay, so to end it off, let's just take a look at what we can do here. So for example, you know, I guess we can get Mando to kind of sit there like that. I guess you just kind of slide him in. You don't really bend his legs. Now the pram, I think the pram, oh no, the pram's not gonna come off, but I think you can, yeah, let me see. You could probably take off Baby Yoda, AKA Grogu, the child. I'm gonna be very careful. Actually, maybe I don't think you can. Which is fine. That just means, wait, he must come off the base then. Oh yeah, see, so it just comes off the base. So don't try to take your your Grogu out of the pram. But again, you can just grab that and then, you know, kind of like set it in there. You might, you know, if you have like maybe a tweezer or something like that, it's a lot easier to set them super accurately. And then let's put Grief Karga. And then there's also, okay, I see. So they have sometimes a little tabs right there where you can place them. Or actually, no. That makes more sense. So, okay, there's tabs on both sides. So you can actually tab in Grogu. No, you can't, unfortunately. Grogu has a little pin under there. But anyways, that's fine. Instead of putting them in, let's just open up the rest of it. And then we'll be done. So that's there. I'll set that up with that. And then, of course, it says something about removing the panel here on the side, I believe. Yeah, you can take off this panel here. So if I can get it in. I might not be able to get it. Let's see. Try to work it in there. It is tough. Holy moly. This requires the multi-tool. I want to open it for you guys first too here. So let's see what happens. Yeah, there's a little bit of a sliding peg right here. Yeah, ooh, that took a little bit more of a, oh, sorry. I was gonna show you guys right here. It's like I just slid it and popped it. This is actually the perfect size for it. And there we go. Now I get to see the inside, and I guess what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pop it like this from underneath. So I think we also do, how much of this comes off? I think the whole, almost the whole, oh yeah, so from the back. Can probably just pop it off here. Just do that. So this panel again comes off. That's a nice detail there. Let's see. Yeah, the whole thing pops off. This requires some force, which means it's good that it's nice and stuck in there. That's also hard to do. Let's just continue to push it out from underneath. And now close the landing gear. There you go. You can feel it starting to move. Oh my gosh. Oh, whoa. Talk about emergency ejection, man. That was on there. Okay, well, there you go. Comes with the carbonized bounty guy from the first episode. Yeah, and then, of course, one last thing. Geez, look at all the detail. This is so incredible to see up close in person. Last feature I want to show is you can attach this here. See if I can get it. I guess just plug it. Yeah. So there you go. You can just kind of put his jetpack here when he's not using it. And there you guys go. All right, thanks so much for hanging out. This is, again, super incredible. If you are a Mandalorian fan, you probably already have it. If you've been thinking about it, I say just get it. It's not obviously his main ship anymore, but it still holds a good place in Star Wars, lore and history, because this is where he did all of his, starting missions to rescue Grogu. And, from here, he eventually, leveled up, so to speak, and got himself the N1 Starfighter. But this is still good to have in the collection, especially at this scale and this price point. And you get playable figures here, and if you get some more from the Micro Galaxy line, you could have more characters to put in here eventually as well. All right, guys, thanks so much for hanging out. Don't forget, keep it faith, say a prayer, spread that love, be positive, be thankful, and we'll be coming back at you. Peace.